Hello, and welcome back to the Angry Healer's Guides to Highmaul. I am, as always, Inquisitor Aura, and today we will be taking a look at the Twin Ogron on normal and heroic difficulties. The healing classes present in this video are a Restoration Druid, a Restoration Shaman, and a Discipline Priest, played by myself. This fight has a 9-minute hard enrage timer and no soft enrage. You will be fighting both Pol, the dark one, and Phemos, the light one, at the same time. It is important to understand that for the most part, the twins will need to be tanked as close to each other as possible. If separated, they will gain a haste buff that will increase their attack speed, reduces their casting time, and increases their energy regen rate. This is a passive ability, so the only way to keep it from overwhelming the raid is to keep the brothers together. Now, there are no phases to this fight. They will simply cast their abilities when they reach the appropriate amount of energy, and it is possible to have two abilities go off at the same time, so you need to be aware of that. First, we'll cover the basics. Each tank will hold one of the twins. There are no tank swap mechanics in this fight. The first 10 seconds, both Pol and Phemos will be debuffed by warming up, which will prevent them from gaining energy and using their abilities so that the raid can situate itself. The first brother is Pol. He is the dark one, and he has a sword and shield. He begins the fight with 0 energy. His primary attack is Shield Bash. It deals physical damage against his tank and interrupts spellcasting. At 33 energy, he will cast Shield Charge. He targets a random distant raid member and charges them, knocking everyone in his path aside. The damage he does increases more with the distance he travels, so it is best to run towards him to minimize the hurt. When he gets to his target, he will deal damage in a 10-yard radius and will knock back all affected players, as well as placing the injured debuff on them, which is an 18-second bleed. At 66 energy, he will cast Interrupting Shout. It deals raid-wide physical damage and interrupts spellcasting for 6 seconds, so it is important to stop casting before this goes off. At 100 energy, Pol casts Pulverize. Rocks fall from the ceiling in 3 waves. The first wave, rocks will fall on all raid members and do damage in a 3-yard radius. The second wave, several rocks will fall at random locations and will do damage in an 8-yard radius. And the final wave is one large rock that falls at a random location, deals raid-wide damage, and does more damage the closer the player is to the fall location. Phemos, the light one, dual-wields swords and starts the fight at almost maximum energy. His primary ability is Double Slash, and it does high physical damage against his tank. At 33 energy, Phemos will cast Whirlwind. He spins in place for 9 seconds, dealing damage to everyone around him every half second. His tank needs to drag him away from the raid. Players damaged by Whirlwind are debuffed by weak defenses, which increases Shield Bash damage, Pol's ability, by 10%, and stacks, which is why you can see there is no tank swap. The tank who has Phemos during a Whirlwind will be standing in Whirlwind and will need to use cooldowns and have a dedicated healer. At 66 energy, Phemos will cast Enfeebling Roar. This will debuff all players within 20 yards to take 300% increased damage for 300 seconds, split evenly between everyone in range. The whole raid should stack on the tank so that he doesn't get smashed. At 100 energy, Phemos casts Quake, aka Fire Party. Phemos tosses his blades at 2 random locations in the room and pounds the floor, dealing raid-wide nature damage. From the blades, fire will spawn and move along the floor. Anyone coming in contact with this gains the Blaze debuff, which causes damage, lasts for 12 seconds, and stacks. Healers, this is what you need to know about the Twin Ogron. For Quake, if you have a Hunter, Aspect of the Fox, plus Tranquility or Divine Hymn during this phase is great if overall raid health is getting low. If you have a disciplined priest like we do, Clarity of Will is great for the tank who's eating Themos' whirlwind. Power Word Shields with the Body and Soul talent is extremely helpful for saving lives during the fire party. And you should know where your group is going, be stacking for Enfeebling Roar, and drop your AoE heals there. Now, Themos' tank is going to need a dedicated healer, especially during Whirlwind, and if you can spare the healer, Pole's tank should have a dedicated one as well, though Pole's healer should remain flexible. If you stand behind Themos' blades during Quake as well, you can effectively nullify its fire, but you will still have to dodge the other one's fire. Also, staying spread out is your best bet during this fight, so plan your healing strategy around that. Well, that is it from Twin Ogron. Thank you for watching this. I hope you found this guide useful. Please feel free to comment below and don't forget to subscribe. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and the Angry Healers blog. Links are listed below in the description. Also, if you like what you see and would like to see more and better content, please check out my Patreon page. As always, keep cool and stay angry, healers.